We all live in the world of Indriel. For everyone here, you only know that this has been the epitome of peace and calm throughout all walks of life, unless you have one of thievery. Um, Most people find that they have a good life depending on what route they've taken, and there's never really been any kind of full world issue. Most of the piece has been circled around the city of Ecrabesh, a thriving city who at one point looks to have been maybe a bit bigger than it is now, um, full of shops and bustling ports. It's located a little bit off the coast. Um, However, traders don't seem to mind coming more inland. Uh, Most of their traffic, any walks of life, come here. And for the most part, the peace that has remained in Indriel has also stretched to Ecrabesh. This is the capital city in all respect. For whatever reason, each of your characters has decided to travel here. So, I'm going to start with Andrew. Go ahead and introduce your character and why they're in Ecrabesh.
Okay, so I am Balagar, black scaled dragonborn that fell on some rough times because the previous group I traveled with have met an untimely end, and searching, well, refilling on provisions and supplies to continue my journey and lifelong quest, but also searching for either like a caravan of traders or travelers or anybody that's ready to explore the world and hopefully help me fulfill my lifelong task along the way, even if it takes a while.
Next, we will go with Scott. Go ahead and introduce your character and why they're in Ecrabesh.
Okay, my character's name is Gobbo Thash. It's a name I've taken from what I've heard people calling me, but what they're really calling me is Goblin Trash. I'm a 3 foot 2 inch tall goblin wearing oversized armor with a shield that has a crudely painted set of two circles touching together on it in blue. I carry with me a mace and a prayer book that has seen better times. I've been traveling trying to live up to the reputation of a dear and departed friend who taught me the ways of the goddess. Um, Unfortunately, when I do come to town and try and help people, they look upon me as a fraudster, a charlatan, a troublemaker. But I really just want to spread the word of Mishkal, um, who is the goddess of healing. Um, so as I do my best to try and spread the word and do good things, I often misquote or misinterpret the teachings as I haven't had any proper training as a cleric. And I normally get run out of town quite easily, which even though I'm trying to act for the good of the common person, makes it a little difficult. I've probably recently been kicked out of another town and have made my way to here in order to try again, see if I can spread the word and prove I'm a generally nice goblin.
Okay. Next we will go with Emily. Go ahead and tell us who your character is and what they're doing at Ecrabesh. Mm,
You're both
no.
muted, by the way.
I see that now. Okay.
She's unlocking her phone to unmute herself.
Okay, you're
Yeah.
good.
We're here, we're listening. Our kids were just kind of being loud, so we just muted both ourselves so you guys didn't have to
You're
hear
fine.
them.
No, you're good. Go ahead and tell me who your character is, and what you're doing in Ecrabesh.
My character's name is Callista Shadowstep. Don't make fun of her last name, she gave it to her herself. She is your typical tragic rogue backstory. Didn't really know her parents, got raised on the streets, but she's not brokenhearted about that. She is a pretty carefree person. She likes the adventure, she likes the wander. She moves from town to town and just kind of does odd jobs, whether it be some stealth, some thievery. Just kind of, she's a little on the gray side of what's right and wrong. She is 5'8", human. She's got black hair that's been cut real short so she doesn't have to mess with it. And she dresses in your fairly typical rogue attire. She likes black. She carries her longbow with her everywhere she goes. And she's just perfectly content to travel and cause a little bit of mischief.
Gotcha. Okay. Jacob, you're next. Same thing.
Okay, so my character is called Sick, and he is a halfling. And he has come to the city of Ecrabesh to travel into the sewers to get his natural healing products. And he doesn't like people seeing his face, so he wears a plague doctor's mask. And he's a fighter, but mainly, enjoys using his natural medical talents to help people when he can.
And Devin, go ahead.
Rorthnar is a enforcer for the local thieves guild that may or may not exist. He keeps the more clandestine, disruptive activities of guild members in line, especially those that, break certain rules. He has traveled to Ecrabesh at the behest of a request for a new enforcer. So he just kind of spends his days skulking the city watching for the telltale signs of guild members and keeping an eye on them, making sure they are following the guild's rules and regulations. He's not afraid to put a little muscle into a problem, and he tries his best to keep his temper because no one likes him when he is angry. Not to steal a quote from a Marvel movie.
All right, perfect. Okay, so y'all have all traveled into Ecrabesh for your reasons, whether it be secret or to find traveling partners or just to rest. And you see a lively city. It doesn't seem like anything too much has happened in the past night or day. Um, if you're more perceptive than others, you might see a few people that seem to be a little bit down in their sorrows, but nothing too major. Everything seems to be pretty up and up. For whatever reason, you all travel into the local inn slash tavern area. There's a large human behind the counter. Scruffy, probably older 40s. Otherwise, jolly looking man who welcomes everyone very warmly. And as soon as you walk in the door, he seems to be very, despite the busy hour, very friendly with each person that walks in, whether he knows them or not. After he greets y'all, you go to your own tables or join the only table that's available, either one. You see, each of you see him lean over and talk to a couple, a larger, more elven looking man who has a bow attached to his back. He doesn't look to be too ragged, but there is a smaller woman who seems to probably be a halfling, though you can't really tell because she has a hood up, speaking to the bartender. The man is not really being too quiet as he's speaking, but you few are in 30 feet of each other. Y'all can hear everything going on. Y'all let me know if y'all are at the same table or different ones really close by.
I don't mind sitting beside people.
Okay.
Just spot taken. And he'll just like saddle up to whatever table and kick the chair out of the way and sit down in the other one.
Okay.
Got a
Stretch
question.
those long limbs out.
How tall is the bugbear?
The bugbear is 7 foot 11 inches tall.
Holy
he
shit.
is a big boy.
Oh
He's
my.
a
Damn.
big boy.
You're
Get in the
giant.
fucking building.
He can fit in the building.
Come through these damn
Some high
human-sized
ceilings.
doors.
I was
He can fit
curious
in the building.
because
He's probably just a little bit hunched over.
yeah, because
Imagine Gandalf in Bilbo's
Yeah,
role.
no,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just like,
pretty
"Oh,
much. Pretty much.
hit your head up.
I'm about 6'5" with a hunch because I'm old. I would have been about 7 in my prime, but old age kind of hunched the back over a bit, just a little. So you're by far like the tallest person in the room. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wee bit
So
hard
are
to
y'all all
believe.
sitting at the same table? Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably
Okay.
just shuffle my way over to however many people are
I
sitting at the
wouldn't.
table.
I'd be sitting. Sorry.
No, go
ahead.
ahead.
I'd be sitting off on my own, kind of worried I'm going to get thrown out in a second.
Okay. All right.
In fact, I'm even a little concerned about putting my hand up and asking for help, like a drink or a. I'm looking around, kind of nervous.
Okay. As you are looking around, kind of nervous, you notice one of the the waitresses that are walking around just kind of see that you're uncomfortable and reassure you that no matter what, you will be um, accepted here,
Doesn't
especially
sound
in this
like it.
tavern. No, it doesn't. That you will be accepted in this tavern, if not in the whole city of Ecrabesh. You have nothing to worry about right now.
Oh, oh, Gabo, thank you. Gabo, drink, please.
Of course, what would you like?
Gabo, drink water.
I'll have it right out for you. As everyone else is sitting at the other table, you see the elven man who's speaking with the bartender kind of narrow his eyes and look around, scoping out the whole tavern, it seems. Um, and then after a few minutes of just looking around, he kind of ducks a bit closer to uh, the bartender, and again starts to whisper.
Does anyone at the table I'm sitting at have any visible scars or wounds?
Couple scratches, nothing deep.
Vorthnar is covered in scars and healed wounds.
Ooh,
He has not lived an easy life.
interesting. Can I inspect these wounds?
I mean, he's wearing pants, and the city is lucky that he's wearing pants. So,
What
he's
kind of wounds are
bare-chested
these?
and
Uh,
Hmm?
do you like these scars, big boy? Or I could clean these right up.
no, they show my victory over weaker foes.
What about you,
Y-
lizard? Hmm?
Oh, I quite like my scratches. They add a bit of
You see
character to my old age.
someone behind you, you see kind of who is listening in on your conversation leans forward and goes, I don't like one of my scars. You can get rid of
Oh,
scars?
yes, yes. My ointments have never failed. No.
Why would you get rid of a badge of honor?
Well, mine is not honor. You can get rid of scars. You see he looks back at Sick.
Yes, yes. My
How much
ointments
coin?
are. Oh, I give my services freely.
Now, that's quite a preposterous business arrangement there, my small fellow. Should take at
You,
least something.
But I will accept donations.
you you see the man kind of rolls up his sleeve to reveal a rather ugly looking scar, and urges you to do whatever it is you
Oh,
need to do.
it's quite a nasty one you have. And just, grab the man's arm and sort of look at it and sort of lick it a wee bit and have a wee sniff. Yes, yes. This will be an interesting one, but nothing that my natural remedies can't fix up. And then I stick my hand into my bag that is dripping a little. I mean, do the party smell it? Like,
Yes, if it is strong enough, the party would be able to smell it.
it is rather fresh. I just got it from the
Do we need to make a Constitution save?
Constitution says will not sick.
Oh god.
Okay, then I take the
No,
natural goods out of my bag, put it in my hand, dip in a wee rag and everything, and start smearing it over the wound, and it's like, oh, don't mind the smell. I mean, it works wonders. And
you see the man before you're done smearing that on his body, yells as loud as he can. oh my god, is that shit? And faints. He's done. He faints. He's
He
out.
just fainted.
He's out.
Oh, well.
By the
Fall into
gods,
the
little
floor.
man. What have you done?
I never leave a job unfinished. So, uh, gonna smear on the rest of the uh, ointments, quotation marks.
I'm
And
gonna
then,
get a closer look at this.
dip the bandage in a wetter area of the bag, and then wrap that bad boy up, and just tap him on the
Okay.
head, and
He is 100% unconscious right now on the
they,
ground
they
at
always
your feet.
do this. I don't know why, but trust me, he'll be right as rain in the morning.
A few people around you have looked over now. They're very concerned with the smell.
What in the hell is in that bag?
Is it obvious that it's shit? Or would we need to take a closer look at it?
Give me a perception check.
Perception. I'm great
Uh,
at perception.
Go ahead and do with advantage because you can smell it. Oh, you don't need it. You know 100% that is shit.
By little man, you realize this is fecal matter you're spreading across this poor man's arm, right?
Hey, I am a self-taught medical miracle prodigy. You don't know and don't understand my healing properties.
Rorthnar is going to get up, crouch his way over to the bar, and sit down away from the man with the bag of shit. And be like, I need another drink.
Okay. Rothar, you see that the bartender, now that you've sat there, kind of ambles over, fixes you whatever drink you had before, and is muttering under his breath. You kind of hear him passively mention, been missing for more than 2 days. But that's pretty much all you can hear from his mumbles, and he walks back over to the pair you saw before.
Hey, lizard man.
Chaotic good. So, before
Mhm.
the bartender walks away, Rorthnar would be, what's missing for 2 days? Who?
You see the bartender kind of like looks at you, up and down, kind of concerned a bit, maybe. The look in his eyes changes from completely friendly to slightly worried, and he kind of leans into you so that he's whispering, and he just says, um, just a couple of girls have gone missing in the past few days or so, and we haven't been able to find them yet.
Well, I'll keep an eye out as I finish visiting your small town. Well, no, because you said this was the
Yeah, it's pretty big.
city, so
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye out as I visit your city for women that look out of place. And he looks over at Callista because he does not recognize her from the guild.
Understand. He kind of like clears his throat and points over to the couple, and he says, if you do see anyone, just they're here every day, so let them know.
You said that we're all kind of sitting close enough that anyone could hear this, right?
He's he's lowered his voice to Rothar right now, but you can hear kind of like the muttered conversations if you are close enough that the elf and the halfling are having in the corner. Y'all were just talking about y'all were healing people with poo. So.
Yeah, you just witnessed some dude smear crap on another man's arm.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
You
she
might
was
be a little.
sitting there holding her nose. She pulled her sleeve down over her hand. She had a scar on her hand. She doesn't want him to see that.
Hey, oh, the
Um,
lizard.
But
You
did I
want
see this other man pass out? I'm assuming.
everyone saw it. Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna waddle over. Oh no, 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 no. Gobble help, gobble good, gobble heal,
please?
and
Fuck,
I will
No more
do.
off for
shit.
my patient, Gobbo.
I'm gonna do medicine. Make sure the gentleman's okay.
I've
Okay.
already dealt with them.
No check needed. He's awake now. You heal him. He thanks you and kind of gives sick there the evil eye and scrambles off. He's
Gobble
done.
do
He
good?
wants a shower. Yeah, perfect. He gave you a silver.
No, 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 no. Gobble no want money.
You can give it to someone else if you'd like to, or he's left. He's gone. He kind of like tossed
Oh,
it at you, ran
no,
out.
Gobble no want money.
Do these
Um,
short folk not understand the value of currency? You can't be giving away services for free, my young fellows. You must
uh,
take
uh,
something in return for it.
I look for the waitress that was bringing me water, and I give her
Yeah,
the silver.
okay. Yeah, you get your water. She thanks you very, very kindly for the silver and
Just
continues
give
on
a
her
waitress
round.
a silver for something that comes from the sky.
Um, okay. As y'all are talking and all of this is happening, um, any one of you can make me a perception check, or all of you can, to see who all sees what's going to happen next. Oof. 18, 19. Good lord.
It's up to the thief. I mean, rogue.
I'm too
Gobble
livid
see.
at the Gobbo for stealing
Gobble
my
notice.
patient.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna turn that
All
off.
right. The one in front is the first roll, right?
Yeah,
Andrew?
you
Yeah,
got a 20.
that's what I thought. Okay. All right. So for um Andrew, Devin, and Jacob, y'all are still dealing with whatever y'all are dealing with. Y'all are interested in your drinks. You're talking to the what you call the lizard. But for Gabo and Callista, you two notice that the pair at the bar, once again, the elf looks around. The woman removes her hood, and you can see uh, that she is indeed a halfling. She looks very, very, very concerned. She's been talking to this elf the whole time. You've noticed that. Um, you see this elf kind of like put his hand on her shoulder and nod to her. He says something else, and they both walk to a different portion of the tavern. As they do so, though, you both notice another man comes into the tavern. He is wearing dark robes. Other than that, you got a 20. Callisto, you can tell that he doesn't really seem like he's up to anything good. Um, and he follows them to the back of the tavern where they're going.
Callista's gonna stand up and kind of walk there and goes, "It still smells like shit over here," and kind of follow them.
Gabo, you see the man follow them as well. You just don't know if he's up to good or not. You don't know who he is.
I'm gonna go over to Gobbo and tell him that stay away from my medical patients, and if you've got a problem with it, we'll take this out back.
Grubbo takes a step back in fear a little. Grubbo no mean harm. Grubbo heal. Grubbo good.
God was just trying to
And my
heal you.
patients.
I'm gonna
Grubbo
break up.
sorry.
I'm gonna put a hand on the shit smelling goblin's head and kind of push him back a bit from Gobbo. He's like, oh, okay, no need to escalate things any more than they've already gotten. Shit has been smeared. The man's okay. Just let's all go our separate ways, and we don't need to make things any worse. No more shit throwing or spreading. Just let it be.
Oh no shit. Grubbo healer. Grubbo cleric.
Yes, Gobbo did good job. You helped
Oh,
the
thank
poor
you.
man, this strange little shit smelling halfling spreaded shit all over. Oh,
Uh,
Why don't you like
Callista,
that?
Call me a shit spreader one more time.
Callista, did you follow the figure to the back?
Yes.
Okay. While they're doing that, you can hear more. They're speaking louder now because they're mostly alone towards the back. There's a room back there. The elf and the halfling woman are speaking a bit louder. You can tell that they're speaking about a woman or a young girl that has gone missing in the past 2 days. They're talking back and forth. You can hear that the elf says that he didn't find anything, but he hasn't checked the enchanted forest just yet. Um, he says you can hear him say that there are things at work here, but other than that, you can't hear anything else. You do, however, see that the hooded figure has gone towards kind of like the door area and seems to be listening in as well. Um, uh, about how far away from you would you say did you follow? From them, did you follow? Like the hallways distance, or were you closer?
The hallway distance.
Hallway distance. Okay. Um, as you kind of round to where the hallway starts, you can see this man throw open the door, um, and start casting a spell towards the elf and the halfling, which the elf kind of like dispels magic on, and it's gone, and he knocks out the person. And you can hear screaming, you can hear the halfling kind of like making a ruckus, and then you see the man kind of like rouses again, the hooded figure rouses again, and the elf looks at him, and it's got him by like his shirt collar, and the halfling kind of just goes, "It's your fault. You're the reason why she's missing," and runs out. And she's crying. She's in tears. She leaves the tavern. She's gone.
Did we all hear the screaming and crying?
You can hear, yes, you hear the screaming and crying. You can hear the commotion from the like the man getting knocked out, and you can also, yeah, that's what y'all hear.
Okay, so Grubbo's gonna run towards the screaming and crying and commotion.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Warrior
follow
does the
behind.
same. As soon as the commotion happened, he would be as fast as he can in this human-sized area. Just be like stepping and shoving people out of the way.
Okay.
Probably drawing a hand axe, getting ready for whatever's happening.
Okay.
I'm running after Gobbo because I'm not letting him steal a second one of my patients.
I'm gonna cautiously follow behind the halfling and the goblin.
I'm gonna duck and weave through people. Because I am small. I'm gonna get around them.
Okay.
Well, aren't you
Um,
fortunate? I'm sure.
Is the Gobbo in front of me? Is he further ahead than I am?
I think we might need a roll off.
Because if he is, this time. Right, we'll do an initiative roll, and whoever's got the highest initiative is further ahead.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
See who's better.
If shit gets thrown and some gets on
You-
Worthnar,
you-
someone might
you,
get beat.
You get ahead of me.
Ooh.
Okay,
No
so
shit.
you're
No shit
Ah,
will
so
be
there's a
slung
front.
this time.
I'm
All right.
I'm too busy trying not to trip over my chainmail.
Okay, so y'all all kind of like see this elf man has this guy that's hooded. He's still cloaked, and the halfling has just run out. They're staring each other down. Y'all have all heard that she screamed, "It's your fault. She's the reason, or you're the reason she's missing." At this hooded figure. Um,
I'm going after the halfling.
you're going
Say,
after the halfling.
Yep,
If she
Goblin will
runs
keep running.
past, can Worthnar make a grapple attempt to like
To
grab
grapple
her,
The
yeah,
halfling.
yeah, the one that ran out after the commotion.
Sure. If you would like to tackle a woman,
Yeah, I wouldn't tackle her. Just like grab her by the arm.
you want to. Okay.
Where are you going? Kind of thing. Trying to get the whole.
She's
all
a
of the
witness.
witnesses to the. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Go ahead.
You want that to be an athletics check or a strength
Uh,
check?
mm, go ahead and do straight. I don't know if it would be athletics. How big are you?
20 just rips her fucking arm off.
He's like 3 times her height.
What? Okay. Yeah.
I'm a
Do
medium-sized
athletics.
creature with powerful
You're like
build, so I
you're
count as
super
one
tall.
size larger.
Oh my
Yeah. Go ahead
gosh.
and do athletics. She's tiny.
15, not bad.
Okay. Oof. Okay. Well, on a nat one, I'm gonna say you grabbed her.
Ooh.
So you grab her arm and she kind of like looks very shaken, looks very scared, and looks up at you, tears in her eyes. She's like broken, right? And she just kind of says, uh, I can't be here. My daughter has been missing for it's almost 3 days now. No one can find her. I need to get away.
Oh, help. Gobble good. Gobble nice.
She's just crying. She's just in tears, completely crying. You see the elf kind of roughly grabs the man who's actively struggling. The elf is stronger though. And he looks at all of you now, and he kind of like curls his lip at you. It's a very regal elf man, and what business is it of you? Unhand the halfling. Unhand the halfling.
You know her, halfling. She good. Gobble stop you.
I am not trying to hurt the halfling. She hired me to find her daughter. Unhand her. She's crying.
I'm just trying to get a sense of what in the hell is going on here.
You're scary. You let her go.
Okay.
Somebody
Okay.
throw a couple of
You see,
punches.
okay. You see the elf kind of like makes a motion and looks at all of you. He's got the man still in his hand, and he motions for you to come into the room with him. I shall explain everything privately, as this is a private matter. Come on. And he turns and walks into the room with the man.
He's gesturing to
Worthnar will.
all 5 people? Or
Yeah, you'll fit in there. It's big enough. Yeah.
okay.
The
Worthnar
bugbear will kind of be a little, but y'all all fit. Yeah.
As Callista, she's gonna follow. She's just gonna say, "How about everybody just let go of everybody else?" Just kind of looks
Yes,
around.
that good. That good. No one hurt. No one hurt.
Yeah,
I've not hurt
big man.
anyone.
Your hand is like literally the size of that little lady.
You see the lady cries harder,
Oh no.
Worthnar will let go of her.
and she runs out. She's gone. She does not want to be here anymore. The halfling is gone. The elf man kind of looks to all of you as you enter this room. He throws the cloaked figure on the ground, who is now conscious, but seems to be bound by some kind of spell. He's down for he can't run away. The elf kind of regards all of you and your various manners and kind of lifts his chin a little bit.
I'm gonna jump on top of the hooded man that is on the ground and start examining him.
You see the elf goes, no need for that. He is just some man who we think is involved in some less than savory business.
Less than savory.
I'll start speaking
I
to
could get
the
it out of him for you.
elf in Sylvan.
For a price.
He speaks to the elf in what, I'm sorry?
Sylvan.
What does he say?
So Gabo says, in broken Sylvan, you speak this?
You see the elf kind of like looks surprised for a moment, looks down at you, and kind of seems to hesitate in his answer before he says very elegantly, of course I do. Why do you speak it?
My master, my teacher, my friend teach me.
You see the elf kind of like, and looks to everyone else and seems to want to be done with this issue at hand. And he explains to you, he just kind of like very arrogantly explains that he was hired by the halfling and he has been searching for this woman's daughter, but he hasn't traveled into the enchanted forest because it requires more than one person to traverse such areas. He kind of motions to the man that he threw on the ground earlier and then explains. He motions to the man and he goes, this man has been skulking around the city for more than a week now. He didn't live here beforehand, so we're not really sure where he arrived from, but he seems to be at the center of everything at the moment. The elf then kind of yanks the cloak off, with the hood of the cloak off, and you can see this kind of like his long hair. He seems to be human, kind of not scraggly looking, but his eyes are sunken in, and he doesn't really look like he's very fed, or if he is fed, something is feeding off of him as well. And he kind of like looks up at each of you very scared, and he shakes his head, to which the elf kind of scoffs and waves his hand away. Honestly, I've already interrogated him as much as possible. So at this point, that's all it is. I'm going to deal with the issue as I see fit. And kind of looks at y'all.
You look terrible, young man. But don't worry. We'll get you back to full strength. Then you'll be a wee bit more talkative. Yes.
Leave your shit in the bag.
Yes, it would probably be more applicable if the shit stayed in the bag, not on people.
Trust me, it'll work wonders on us. Like, look at him. He's at death's door. I mean, this will rejuvenate. It's great for the skin, you know. Yes.
Taking a step away from the creepy halfling.
Andrew, you see, as you've spoken, the man looks up at you and looks absolutely terrified. Even with your presence, he hadn't noticed you before, really, but now he sees you and who or what you are, and is scared out of his mind. He's gone whiter than he could, if possible.
I'm just
Just
gonna
like you, Lizzie.
I'm gonna meet eyes with him, just like raise one hand and do like a little bow. Oh, don't worry, good sir. I may have the blackened scales of a quite evil black dragon, but I can assure you there is no evil in my heart. I am quite pure. I just seek the knowledge of the ancient past. I am quite a collector, you see. But you said you needed
You see
help in the
he's
forest.
you see the man, as you're speaking, scrabbles back to the furthest wall he can and kind of points a finger at you and says, "They're all evil. They all know, and they all see me all the time." And he's just in the furthest corner he can. And the elf kind of like looks at him, and then you, and kind of rolls his eyes very nonchalantly, and nods again, and he says, "Yes, I can't go into the enchanted forest as much as I want to alone as a solitary person. I would need a group."
Gobble go with. Gobble been in Enchanted Forest.
Quite a feat for one so small.
What's the price?
You
Enchanted
see, you
Forest,
say,
bad place.
Yeah.
Very
Is
bad
there a
place.
reward for helping find these girls?
Yes,
you
God
see
is
the
reward. God's
you see
reward
the
us all.
you see the elf kind of looks at the two who spoke about a reward, and shrugs his shoulders. "I asked for no reward, but I'm sure the young girls' families would pay handsomely for their children back if you were to find them alive."
No reward. We do good. No reward. God
Yourself,
is reward
Gobbo.
us.
If someone wants to reward us out of the goodness of their hearts, then who are we to turn down their generosity?
We don't need it. Goddess is generous. She provides food and water and beautiful places.
I'll take his share.
Oh, see, this human, like, I get it. Like, you can't just give away things for free. You need to get something in return for something you do or give. These short folk, they don't
If
get
we
it.
get money, we give money back. We give to people who have no money.
But
I have
Well.
no money.
we have no money.
You got yourself a deal, Elf. I walk over and go to shake the elf's hand.
You
God
see
gonna
the
touch
elf.
his hands.
You see the elf kind of looks at you, you being not an elf yourself, and lifts his hand higher and kind of and steps back a step from all of you, and waves his hand again and says, "Whoever's willing to follow me into the enchanted forest, meet back here at dawn, let's say." And he and the man that has cornered himself in the corner, he kind of snatches that man back up and walks out, scooting past all of you, being very, very careful not to touch any of you in the process.
So once we are alone
Hey.
together in the room, which is my favorite oxymoron, Rorth will approach Callista and be like, "Who the hell are you? I don't recognize you from the guild."
You're kind of rude. I'm just here to have a drink. And I heard the commotion, thought I would offer my services.
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 I'll be keeping an eye on you.
That's very creepy of you. Hey.
Andrew, give me a perception check.
So many perception checks. It's the one thing I'm bad at.
10.
Thank God you're good at perception checks, Andrew.
Percep-
That's DM's point of
Okay.
view.
Wisdom and strength
Okay.
are my bad ones.
All right. Scott, yeah. Andrew, you just don't see it.
God damn it.
Gaba, you follow him outside, I suppose.
Okay.
And he kind of turns to you, and he looks at you expectantly.
One moment. Me want to see man.
He waves his hand at the man. He doesn't really care what you do with him.
I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Okay. You can sense with your detect magic. You can sense. There's a bit of magic on him, but it's his own. It's his own magic. It's not anything that's hurting him or anything like that. It's just his own. He's a wizard.
Does he have any items glowing on him?
No, he doesn't have anything in his possession. It's just him, whatever gold he has or silver or anything like that, and his cloak.
The own spell that he's got on him. Can I tell what the spell is?
I'm sorry.
Can I tell what the spell is that he's cast on himself? Like at least get the I can learn the school of magic.
Yeah. You see, and it seems to be because you're a cleric as well. It seems to be a healing spell. He's a cleric. I said he's a wizard. He's a cleric, not a wizard. That's someone else. Sorry.
Who you believe? Who you goddess?
You seem he kind of when you ask that question, he looks. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay. You ask that question, and he kind of looks a little shaken. You can, his lips, he's a very different person when you ask, after you've asked that question. His lips kind of thin, his face becomes harder. He looks you in your eye, and you get a sense that whatever god or goddess he worships, he is not willing to talk about it at all. Like, at all. He kind of looks at you, sneers, and goes, "What business of it is yours?" Well, I said that backwards. "What business of yours is it?" And kind of looks at the elf, who doesn't seem to be very interested in this conversation at all. Looks back at you,
We're a
kind
holy
of stands
symbol.
up. Huh?
What are your holy symbol?
Again, the more you ask about his goddess, the like angrier he seems to get. You see, he stands up, brushes himself off, glares at you and then the elf, and kind of huffs before he starts to walk off.
No, you no go. You stay and talk.
He continues to walk. Are you going to follow him?
I'm gonna cast guiding bolt.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Okay.
here we go.
Are they outside?
Yeah.
They are outside, yes.
I probably would have, like, I'm following this goblin like near constantly now. Just,
So did you follow him outside?
oh yeah, probably. Like, I mean,
Oh,
he has
I don't think I
vexed
hit
me.
him. I don't think
Holy
I've hit him.
shit.
Ooh,
You said what?
yeah.
I'm sorry. Hold on. You said what, Jacob?
He has vexed me. Like, he's really annoyed me that he like healed that other person.
What did you roll for your? Okay.
Only a 10 to hit.
No, you do not hit.
The guiding bolt
You
goes
see.
off. It misses him, but um,
Excited.
you stop or I get next time.
Does Guiding Bolt have an audible effect?
Hold on. I'm sorry. I didn't get any of that. My earphone went out. What was it? Go ahead.
Does Guiding Bolt have any audible effect?
Flash of light streaks towards a creature of your choice within range.
Oh, no.
No,
say anything about-
it's just light.
The
No,
next attack roll against this target before it has advantage. Okay. Thanks to something like glittering on the target until then. Okay.
And I say, that gobble only warning. You stop now.
You see.
suppose that would be an intimidation roll.
Yeah. Okay. You see. As you almost hit this man with a guiding bolt, he whirls around back to you, and he kind of cocks his head to the side and goes, "You don't know what you are messing with,
And tell
because
gobble.
because no matter what, you can kill me here on the spot, and you would never know peace."
Gobble no want kill. Gobble want to know. Gobble want to learn.
You see the man kind of laughs a little. "I'm not telling you anything, goblin." And he goes to walk off again.
Am I just watching this?
Unless you do something, yeah, you're just watching it. You can hear everything.
I'm gonna hurl a piece of shit at him.
You do what?
Of
I'm
You
course.
throw
hurling
what
a
at
piece
me?
of shit at him.
You're throwing a piece of shit at him.
Yeah.
At the man
You say
or
him.
Gabo?
Yeah. At the man.
Me or the man?
He
At who?
insulted the tiny people.
Oh,
Oh, okay, okay.
at the
I
man.
was say, if you're
Okay,
throwing
I
it at
thought
me,
you
I'm
were-
gonna hurt you.
I was like, oh my god. The man kind of like doesn't. He doesn't. It's just a piece of shit hitting him. He's had worse. He's walking further off.
Okay.
Does anyone else? Does anyone else come out of the tavern?
With the flash of light, I think Rorthnar would come out,
Okay.
and I don't know if he would try to stop him or not.
I'm gonna come out of the room as well, behind him.
If Gabo is hollering at him, then Rorthnar will attempt to stop him. Do you want another athletics check to grab
You want to
him?
attempt to stop the man?
Yes.
So what do you want to do?
I'd just manhandle him like I did the halfling woman. He's
Man.
smaller
Okay.
than me, so.
Yeah. Go
Is
ahead.
there a
Go
lot
to.
of people in the street?
Yeah. It's a
They
bustling
would have,
city.
yeah. So they would have seen.
These people
Gobbo
can
throw a
see you
spell.
doing this.
So this
100%.
is a bit of a bit of a commotion at this point.
Yes, very much a commotion.
Well, I will attempt to grapple him. 23.
Christ.
If I
Okay.
do grab him, I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
You've grappled this man. He does not know what you are and is very afraid. He kind of like, Andrew, are you outside?
Yeah, I've followed the giant ass bugbear through the door.
Okay. So he sees is Callista outside as well? Did all of you go outside?
Yeah, just when
For the
the big
fresh
group
air.
of people kept going, she just followed.
Okay. You see this man now grappled, sees all of you, and kind of just like raises his hands as much as he can in a kind of like I'm innocent kind of way, and looks between you all and says, "Your your friend thing there, he just wanted to know something, and I'm not willing to tell him. I'm just trying to leave." And then that one threw shit at me. So, if anything, you should be tackling your friends. I'm just trying to walk away.
Bad cleric.
You
Yes,
see,
yes.
he looks at you and says, "Bad cleric? I heal people. How am I bad?"
You no heal. You say you not tell me what you are. You not good.
I said I
You
wouldn't
not
tell you
good
who I
cleric.
worship.
Hmm. I will summon my dog,
Tell me your dog. Okay.
and I will ask the dog if the hooded man is good or bad in nature.
It
That
has to
must
be a
be a
yes or
yes
no
or no.
question.
Is the hooded man good?
Mm. Um, the hound kind of like listens to your question. It's cute. Listen, what do you want the hound to look like? It's yours. What do you want it to look like?
Oh my god.
Oh,
It's a chihuahua.
okay. It's a bulldog.
A bulldog. Okay, so in a poof of smoke, you summon this hound. In a poof of smoke, a bulldog is standing there.
Smoke.
A poof of just a little poof. He kind of like listens to you, tail's hanging out of his mouth. He looks at the man that you're asking about, looks at you, looks at the man. This dog doesn't look too intelligent, by the way. He does not look like he's any kind of knowledge, anything. Looks at the man, looks back at you, does this a couple times, kind of processes your question. His face changes for a moment, and then he goes, "Nope," and disappears.
Mm.
Looks like you're not so good after all.
I never said I was good.
Whoa,
I
whoa,
said I
whoa.
heal people.
Did you just summon a dog out of thin air, little shit man?
I told you, you have been underestimating my magical and healing abilities. But no one ever listens.
Oh, do it again. That was awesome. What else does this magical dog of yours do?
Oh, no. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. First
You
to the
see the
hooded
man
man.
as y'all are speaking amongst yourselves kind of looks back and forth and he goes, "I'm still on the ground. Can I leave?"
Oh, if I
No, no, no.
grappled him, he is not on the ground. I am
Oh, you
You're
just
holding
grabbed
him
him.
up.
holding
Where's
him
he?
by the or by the shirt, front of his shirt. You know, his feet are dangling, so he's not
Oh,
choking,
okay.
but he is
Okay.
not going
Perfect.
anywhere.
All right.
I'm going
He kind
to,
of just says, "Y'all are talking. Let me go."
I'm
You will
gonna
wait right here until this
climb
is figured out.
climb up the bugbear's arm and stand on his arm and stand next to the hooded man's head and be like,
No.
"Do you see that? You see that lizard guy over there? You don't like them, do you?"
You see, as you say that, he kind of give me your name one more time, Andrew. I cannot pronounce it for my life.
Balagar?
Gallagher. Okay. You see as you say that he kind of looks from you to Balagar and keeps his eyes on Balagar for a moment. Balagar, are you gonna? Do you hear say that?
Hmm.
Are you gonna
How
try to
close am
investigate?
I to the guy? Like, am I like right
Not
next
that
to him, or am
far.
I back a bit?
Probably back a bit because he did walk down the street a wee bit. So if you're
Yeah,
standing
he's
in the
walked
front
down
of
the
the
street a little
tavern,
bit.
I'm gonna
just
walk
watching this.
like right up, close to him. And as I'm walking up, I'm just gonna like, now, people, no need to get racist. Some of us lizards, yes, are descended from big, bad, evil dragons that kill people and rip them apart and do bad things. But,
Takes
you
a
know,
lot of them.
not all lizards are bad people. Just because some are doesn't mean that all lizards are bad. Now, Mister, what is your name, by the way? You're being manhandled here and questioned, but who are you?
You see this man is very terrified. Roll me intimidation real quick,
Oh,
Andrew.
nice. Something I'm
With
good at.
advantage.
Ooh.
With advantage. Whew. Okay.
Ooh.
You see you ask this Yeah, you ask this question, and the man kind of like falls apart. His very angry demeanor, kind of turns into the one that you saw when he was being manhandled by the elf in the tavern, and he kind of like relaxes a little bit in midair and sighs heavily and kind of goes, "Alaric, my name is Alaric," and he is very afraid of you. You can tell that.
God.
So,
So,
Mr. Alaric, why am I, an elderly dragonborn, so terrifying to a man such as yourself?
You see Alaric kind of uh Andrew, give me another perception check. Jesus Christ. Okay.
No, it's my old
that's
eyes.
the plan.
It's the cataracts.
Okay. Okay, you see he kind of like it just says no more spots. Okay. He's still very cooperative with you now. You've intimidated him. He's very scared, nearly shaking. He just kind of says, there's a lot of you in a nearby town that are not nice at all, and I'm trying to lay low from them.
Why? What have you done?
I've not done anything. It's not us that do things, it's them.
They got anything to do with the girls going missing in the forest, huh? Huh?
um, you see as you say that, he kind of looks back at Andrew's character, and he kind of thinks for a minute, and he goes, "If they do, I'm not a part of it."
So is that a yes or no?
Are you asking him?
Yeah.
Um, you see he kind of, as best he can, he shrugs and he goes, "I just know that girls are missing. I suspect, but I don't know."
Hmm.
Gonna pull out a
Uh,
clump of shit and shove it in the side of his face. It's a yes or no answer.
you do what?
I pull out a lump of shit from my bag, shove it in the side of his face.
Okay. You see, he's very traumatized by that. And he kind of uh, wails. He might be crying now. He's crying definitely. And you see that he kind of again like shakes himself. You can tell he doesn't truly know if the people you're asking about are involved with the girls going missing or not. He suspects them though, and he tells you that.
Is there any kind of like horse trough near us?
Christ. Sure. Horses go through there all the time. Yeah.
I'm not gonna waterboard him.
Oh,
First of all,
It's disappointing.
I thought he was for a minute.
little shit man, get off my arm, and he'll drag the guy over and shove him into the trough and kind of shake him a little bit to rinse the shit off of his face,
Mm-hmm.
and then set him on the ground, not letting go of him. And Worth will If we find that you have lied to us in any way, the little shit barbarian is going to be the least of your problems.
You
As
see,
he let go of his shirt.
Why you attack
Okay.
women?
you see, he kind of like nods and like ducks his head.
No, no, no. We not done. We not done.
What?
He no tell why you attack women.
I
Did you
didn't.
attack the woman?
Win. No, he did not. He attacked the elf.
Hmm.
Oh, see, we weren't there to see that. We just heard commotion.
No, yeah, only Callista saw that.
So why you attack?
I was doing what I was told.
By who? By goddess?
No, not by a goddess.
By God?
No, no.
By
Well, who
lizard
you
people.
worship?
Who said that? Which one of you? I can't tell who's talking.
Andre.
Said
Andrew.
which bit?
You see when you say that, he looks at you. He makes very prolonged eye contact with you. And okay, one more time. Give me a perception check.
It's not gonna happen.
One more time.
Yes! I didn't roll
Oh,
shit.
baby. Okay, now that you're looking at him, he's no longer being roughed up. He's no longer thrown on the ground. Andrew, you're looking at him dead in his eyes. By his temple, where his hair would have been covering him earlier, you see a little mark. You know what that mark is.
I'm gonna reach out and touch it with one of my clawed hands.
Okay.
His head explodes.
No. He kind of jerks back a little, like from your touch. He jerks back, and his eyes widen, and he kind of looks haunted again and goes, "You know them?"
Who gave you the mark?
He faints.
Oh.
I got this.
Oh no, you little
Over.
shit man.
I was gonna wake him up.
I think we
He
all
is
know
out
what
for
you
the
were
count.
gonna do.
You can take him with you if you would like. But on that 19 perception check, Andrew, you would know that he probably has nothing else to give you. He just knows that you know. He knows you saw the mark from that perception check, and you know he knows something about what you know as well. That was very confusing, but it makes sense.
That's the little thing that I can read?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can either choose, y'all can continue on traumatizing this poor man, or you can like leave him in the ground to be crumpled up. Andrew, you can share what you know, or you don't have to. Either one.
I'm gonna take a few paces away from the man, kind of scratching my scaly chin. In
Okay.
I'm
contemplation.
gonna go heal him. If he's passed out, I want to make sure he's okay.
The man.
Yeah.
So you heal him.
Yeah. Gobble goes over and I'll just use medicine. I'm not gonna waste
Okay.
a spell on him because I still think he's bad,
Okay.
but I don't want him to die. So I'll just use a medicine check to make sure he's okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you want me to roll?
Yeah. No, you don't have to roll for that.
Oh,
It's just NPC.
okay.
Yeah, he seems
Or just
fine.
17 for
Either
my
way,
medicine.
you would get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's fine. He wakes up. He's good. Do you want to say anything else to him?
I still think you lie, but you go. We
Uh,
find later.
Okay. So, you see, even as you say, I think you lie, he kind of like shakes his head. He's very defeated at this point. He shakes his head, looks at your dragonborn friend now, and kind of, I haven't lied since he started talking to me. Stands up and walks away.
What do you know, Lizzie? Mind sharing with the group?
I know quite a few things about history and magic and the lore of this world. But if you mean about the man, It's a symbol, a marking on his head. Something I've seen before, but I know not fully what it means, only it's not a good marking to have.
Slave?
No, I do not believe he is a slave, no.
He priest?
Possibly, I don't know fully what it means, but perhaps.
So
Oh, let me get this straight.
he cleric. I know that. Gobble know he cleric.
We got missing girls going missing. People not accepting my shit medicine. And a crazy cult that may or may not be kidnapping girls and taking them into the forest.
They all run from you medicine.
I will fight you, Gabo.
Gobble make joke.
Worth will stomp in between the two
Gobble make a joke.
small people and be like, enough with the fighting.
You ever heard the bigger they are, the harder they fall?
Okay. You see
You've heard the smaller they are, the farther they fly.
as y'all are
You
now
fly?
bickering
No
amongst
wings?
yourselves. The elf that has just been watching this, he lost interest a long time ago. That y'all have done this. He walks over, looks between all of you, and kind of goes, "Now that that's done, are you going to join me in the forest in the morning or not?"
Gobble join. Gobble go to forest.
Who could possibly,
Been years since Gobble been in forest.
who could possibly pass up such a wonderful opportunity to explore the enchanted forest? I wonder what secrets it holds within.
Well, if there's a chance to get coin after this, I suppose I don't have any other better prospects.
Okay. You see the elf that y'all are all going? That's what I heard. Everyone?
Yes.
Okay. You see the elf now that you all are in agreement, kind of nods his head and great. Now that that's agreed to, go about whatever your lives send you or whatnot. And he uh, walks away as well to wherever he's going for the day. Um, so y'all can either, it's 5:09 now. Do y'all want to continue on and do when y'all wake up and go, or like whatever y'all go shopping or whatever for anything tomorrow, or would you like to do that right now and then just have dawn approach and that's where y'all leave, start from
I would say
next
we could maybe do just the. I have to go now, but I'd say we could maybe, if it suits you, maybe like whoever wants to do the shopping thing now can, and then sure I can do it like in the middle of the week or something.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah, if I can message you, same. If I can just message
Yeah.
you what I want to buy.
100% all the time. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna stop here. If y'all want to message me whatever y'all want to buy, and I will add it, or you can add it, either one. And we will pick up next Saturday.